I've been in education for over 18 years, and most of that has been in a brick and mortar environment. I've worked with kids who are super smart and really ambitious, and they're going to go out and change the world. They're always somewhat restricted, especially the most ambitious kids are often restricted by the nature of the education that they're a part of. And that makes it really challenging sometimes if you're someone who has passions or pursuits that you want to follow outside the school experience. So it makes it hard for them to take ownership of every part of their life in the way that they really are capable of and they wish to. So they get to own what their lives look like, not just their learning, but their lives. And they get to fit that learning within the scope of the life that they wish to lead. And I think that's probably the greatest gift that they get from Laurel Springs. They get awesome academics, they get opportunities to meet people, they get to travel, they get to do the things that they wish to do. But more importantly, they become independent learners. They become independent creatures that can go out and own everything that they wish to own in their lives. And I think that's the coolest part of Laurel Springs in general. And I think it becomes a challenge because that concept of the student-teacher ratio was really designed for a brick and mortar environment. When a teacher is in a classroom and they have a certain number of students in that classroom, depending on what grade level they're in, then the ratio is about how much attention is that teacher able to give that group of students who are in front of them at the same time. Certainly that teacher's attention is split 20 or 30 different ways. That's not the case at Laurel Springs. And that's why the student-to-teacher ratio concept doesn't really apply to us the same way that it does in a brick and mortar environment. If you really look at the way learning happens for Laurel Springs, our student-to-teacher ratio is 1-to-1. I mean, that's quite frankly what it is. Our students are owning their learning independently and working through their learning at their own pace, which is what learning science tells us is best for kids. And then our teachers are able to keep pace with each one of those students and provide them that individualized support, that individualized feedback, the personalized attention, the individual meetings that each of those students may or may not need over the course of time. So when people ask me about student-to-teacher ratio at Laurel Springs, it's hard to provide the kind of number that they would provide elsewhere, but if I had to provide a number, it would be 1-to-1, because our students get that personalized, individualized attention from their teachers on a 1-to-1 level at all times. So one of the cool things at Laurel Springs is for grades 6 through 12, we actually offer 2 pathways to students. There's the pathway that is fully asynchronous, where students who need the most flexibility can get awesome academic learning and be able to really do it as independently as possible. But we've also noticed, especially since COVID, that many families out there are looking for more than that. They're looking for all of that flexibility, and they're also looking for community. They're looking for connection. They're looking for collaboration. And that's what the Academy at Laurel Springs provides. So in that pathway for grades 6 through 12, our students can get all of the same asynchronous, opportunities for flexible learning. They can have access to all those academic courses, plus some extra ones that are just available to Academy students. But they also get the opportunity for more collaborative learning. So through our workshop courses or externships or extra connections with partners that provide additional learning experiences, our clubs and activities, our field trips, all the things that make that sense of community come to life, even in an online world. And our students in the Academy absolutely take advantage of all of those things. And if you ask them, those are some of their favorite parts of the Academy experience. And then when you add on top of all of that, the high-level, high-touch support that they get from our counseling department, because they get an assigned counselor from grades 6 through 12. And that person has a lower caseload than most counselors in the world of education. So they get to, again, have a lot of extra time to spend with those students to help guide them on their academic pathways and anything else that they may need. So I would say that the Academy at Laurel Springs is that high-touch, collaborative, connected experience that many families are looking for, in addition to the flexibility that we offer as an online program. And it's kind of the best of both worlds. So how could you pass up on that?